Radyo Comelec sa Quarantalk.
Ang gabi mga karadyo, today is January 30, 2021 at sa gabing ito pag-uusapan natin yung lagi nating naririnig na mga hinaing ng mga kabataan tungkol sa eleksyon, tungkol sa pagpapahistro. Kung naririnig nyo po yung aking music background ngayon, hindi po yan BTS, hindi rin po yan Blackpink, hindi yan SB19, The Ones, at yung mga current nating mga idolo. Pero ito po yung kanta ng River Maya, awit ng kabataan. Napakalaki ng impact po nito nang habang lumalaki ako. Kaya ngayong gabi, samahan niyo po kami sa isang oras ng pakikipagtalastasan, pakikipag-usap sa mga movers and shakers nating mga youth mula po sa Every Boto Counts, mula po sa Impact Leadership at syempre mula po sa Tatak Botante. At kasama po natin dito sa Quarantalk Media si Jules, Guiang. Kaya ngayong gabi, samahan nyo kami with Uncle James para sa isang oras na naman ng makabuluhang pakikipag-usap sa ating mga kabataan tungkol sa voter registration at election. Magandang gabi po. Ito po si Sean Resurrection mula sa Education and Information Department ng Comelec.
2 minutong datos ni Dre.
Alam nyo ba na ang Comelec ay may target na magkaroon ng 4 million na magpaparehistro para sa 2022 elections? Alam nyo din ba na ang Quezon City ang may pinakamaraming registered voters noong 2019 na may kabuuang bilang na higit 1.3 million katao? Sa ngayon, merong higit 6.4 million na unregistered voters nationwide at higit kalahati dito ay mula sa youth sector o mga edad 18 to 29 years old. Kaya samahan nyo kami ngayon at titignan natin at tatanungin ang mga nakapagparehistro natin kababayang kabataan. So nandito tayo ngayon kasama si Miss Joanne at kanyang mga kamag-anak. So Miss Joanne, pakilala mo naman sa amin kung sino yung mga kasama nyo ngayon.
Okay, so I'm Joanne. This is my older brother, Steve. He's a person with disability. He has autism and some speech disabilities. And this is Franz, my cousin naman. He's also a person with autism. And then that's my cousin. We're both turning 20 this year.
Okay, so paano nyo naman naisipan na magparehistro? Bakit kayo nagparehistro ngayon kahit na may pandemic?
I guess kasi we all turned into young adults this year. We're all of age na, from 18 to 20 na kami. So it's something like a coming of age, but also it's really our responsibility as young adults and Filipino citizens to exercise our right to vote.
Tama,
and the first
tama.
step into doing that is by registering.
Yes. So having said that, meron ba kayong mensahe para sa mga kapwa natin na kabataan na hindi pa nagpaparehistro?
Well, I hope that everyone, especially the youth, take up this responsibility with us and make the promise to vote and to make a decision to ensure a good future for us, for our family, for our friends, for the community, and for our country. So I hope we all register to vote.
Yeah, for sure. So, narinig nyo na kay Miss Joanne, kaya tandaan, para sa mga hindi pa rehistrado, safe ang magparehistro. Hashtag, magparehistro ka.
Mga kababayan sa ibang bansa, panahon na naman po para magrehistro kayo para sa May 2022 elections. Napakalaki po ng contribution nyo sa ating ekonomiya. Dapat lang pong makilahok kayo sa ating demokrasya. Huwag kalimutan, pumunta po kayo sa ating mga Philippine Embassy at mga konsulado para magparehistro para sa May 2022 elections. Maraming salamat po. Ito si Commissioner Rowena Guanzon ng Commission on Elections, Office for Overseas Voting.
Protocols on the conduct of registration under the new normal. Face mask and face shield are mandatory. Sanitize your hands with alcohol and have your temperature checked before entering the office of the election officer. strictly observe social and physical distancing at all times. Registrants are encouraged to BYOB or bring your own ballpen. Accomplish the health declaration form. Registrants and their personal assisters, if any, who are not feeling well or have symptoms are discouraged from transacting with COMELEC. A reminder from the Commission on Elections.
You know the elections are just around.
Ayun, so habang hinihintay natin si Sir James sa kanyang editorial para ngayong gabi, gusto po nating tawagin si Dean ng I Uplift Philippines para po bigyan tayo ng konting background dito sa kanilang voter registration campaign. Dean, andyan ka na ba? Ayan,
Good
ikot-ikot
evening,
pa
Miss
ako.
Sean. Good evening.
Ayun, Dean, magandang gabi. So, nabalitaan namin sa COMELEC na kayo ay merong voter registration campaign kung saan kayo ay mamimigay something like K-pop album, tama ba ako?
Yes
Pa-share
po.
screen naman po tayo dyan. Ayan, asan ba yun? Pa-share screen po ng ating, yan. So, yan, makikita ho natin dito sa ating screen at iba-browse ko ito. Sabi dito sa page po ng I Uplift Philippines sa Twitter din, sabi ninyo, mamimigay kayo ng BTS and Blackpink albums. Album ba ito?
Albums.
Tama ba?
Opo,
Can
album po yan ng
something
mga...
about this?
Yes. Mamimigay po kami for raffle. It's a raffle draw po sa mga registered voters ng mga kabataan na magpaparegister this month hanggang February 12. Bilang registered voter, may chance po silang manalo ng BTS The Deluxe Edition and Blackpink po na the album. Ginawa po namin ito para ma-encourage naman yung mga kabataan namin na mas magpursige pa para magpa-register to vote.
Ayun. So ano ba ang other things na dapat nating malaman tungkol sa I Uplift Philippines diyan? Ano ba ang ginagawa ninyo?
Ngayon po, nagkakaroon kami ng isang voters registration campaign, particularly para sa mga kabataan. Nagkakaroon po kami ng iba't ibang network, on-ground campaign, nag-house-to-house visits para ma-encourage yung kabataan namin na ano ba yung proseso ng pagboto, ng registration, at bakit importante yung magpa-register yung mga kabataan na bumoto. So, ngayon po, magkakaroon kami ng mga raffle draws para mas ma-encourage talaga sila na bumoto, na magpa-register para hindi naman sayang yung punta nila kahit paano meron silang reward sa pagpapa-register nila.
Ayun. So, on behalf of COMELEC, Dian, maraming salamat sa inyong efforts. I Uplift Philippines para mahikayat natin yung ating mga kabataan, lalo na ngayon na mostly ng mga youth natin yan, mga medyo K-pop stanners,
Yes.
BTS, Blackpink, Enhypen, tama ba ako? Hindi ako masyadong familiar dun sa Enhypen. Then you have the K-pop celebrities and others. So, thank you ulit. Tingnan natin kung gaano ba karami ang mga sasali sa ating giveaways and hopefully maging aktibo pa ang ating mga kabataan na magparehistro, hindi lamang para magkaroon ng voter certification naka-comply sa requirements sa teacher, kundi dahil sila iboboto sa 2022. Again, Dean, and sa I Uplift Philippines, thank you very much for your effort on this campaign.
Thank you, Ms. Sean. Yes, thank you,
ahead.
Ms. Sean po. Makakaasa po kayo na magpapatuloy namin yung aming sigurong responsibility bilang kabataan, bilang movers sa aming mga community na encourage pa namin at inspire yung mga kabataan na sa community namin, sa mga barangay namin na magpa-register to vote. Hindi lamang para sa album, pero bilang parte ng kanilang responsibilidad bilang mamamayan po ng ating bansa. Maraming salamat rin po sa COMELEC sa inyong mga efforts. Makakasa po kayo ng kabataan. Nandito kami para tumulong sa efforts ng COMELEC. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Tin. At susunod na po ang The Spokes. Yan, habang hinihintay natin ang pag-queue in sa The Spokes, ulitin po natin, join ho kayo mga kabataan, kahit hindi po yung mga kabataan, basta po K-pop stanners sa promo po ng ating I Uplift Philippines. Nasa Twitter po nila ang ating mechanics. Again, let's now queue in for The Spokes.
You know the elections are just around the corner because the premature campaigning is already starting up. Just today, it was reported that a group had been spotted and documented going around distributing presidential campaign calendars, showing the picture of an incumbent city mayor. Ironically, this isn't problematic for being premature campaigning, which, by the way, it most definitely is. No. Thanks to a massive loophole in the law, premature campaigning can only be committed during the campaign period. Idiotic? Yes, it is. But that's the way the law is right now. Don't believe me? Look it up. The distribution of calendars is problematic because by driving around town with their windows rolled down and handing out calendars to people coming up to them, these ridiculous campaigners are exposing themselves and everyone else to the risk of contracting COVID-19. Sure, the ones giving out the calendars might be masked, but the people outside their vehicles, crowding in, jostling with each other for a chance to get the freebies, none of them are properly masked. And when it comes to COVID-19 transmission, you really need just one careless and clueless idiot to spread havoc. This is precisely the kind of nonsense that we've been warning about all this time. The kind of reckless and irresponsible business as usual politicking that makes it absolutely necessary for new campaign regulations to be written up. So I'm calling out all would-be candidates for the 2022 national and local elections. I call on all of you to rein in your overeager campaigners. Rendahan nyo. And just in case you're in the mood to whine that these actions are being carried out without your knowledge, here's another challenge. Don't tolerate it. Don't let people claim to support you put other people at risk. And when you're told about it, please don't waste time saying, "But I don't know about it." I dare you to show leadership and send a message loud and clear that you are not interested in receiving the support of someone who recklessly disregards public safety, that you are not going to accept anything from anyone at the risk of making people sick, the very same people that you claim to love and want to serve. Because if you don't disavow these actions clearly and unequivocally, then your consent for them would be clear and unequivocal. Your contempt for the public you claim to love would be unmistakable, and your willingness to put personal ambition ahead of public interest will be laid bare for all to see.
Radyo COMELEC sa Quarantalk. Radyo COMELEC sa Quarantalk. Radyo COMELEC sa Quarantalk.
Ako po si James Jimenez ng COMELEC.
Radyo COMELEC sa Quarantalk. Radyo COMELEC sa Quarantalk. Sa Quarantalk.
Tinahalingin sa bayan, bagong puso ay simulan. O dapat lang kabataan, oras mo nang makialam.
O kabataan, mga katropa tayo na.
Huwag nang umurong sulong pa, buong loob sumama na. Taratena, tara simulan mo na. Kailangan pag-asa, taratena. O kabataan, ang galing naman. Simulan pagbabang sa bayan, taratena. Tara, huwag ka pababa. Tena, oo, may laban ka. Galingan sipag, ang pangkusay, panawagan sa kabayan, taratena.
Maasahan ka dito, mahusay ang ideya mo.
Pakita mo marunong ka, bayan sa'yo'y umaasa.
Kabataan, mga katropa tayo na. Huwag nang anong sumpa, buong loob sumama na.
Taratena, tara, simulan mo na. Kailangan pag-asa, taratena. O kabataan, ang galing naman. Simulan pagbabang sa bayan, taratena. Tara, huwag ka kapasama. Tena, oo, may laban ka. Galingan sipag, ang pag-usay, panawagan ng kabayan, taratena.
Radyo Comelec sa Quarantalk.
Ako po si James Jimenez ng COMELEC, ng Education and Information Department. Pagkaraniwan itong segment na ito ay tinatawag natin Inside COMELEC. Pero tonight, ang kakausapin natin ay hindi naman mga tiga-COMELEC. Pero katuwang pa rin natin sa trabaho na ginagawa ng Education and Information Department. Yung kabataan na palagi natin naging partner. Kaya nga sabi natin, sila naman this time. So tonight, samahan nyo kami para kapin yung mga movers and shakers ng kabataan na tumutulong sa trabaho ng pag-e-educate ng ating mga botante. This is Inside COMELEC sa Radyo COMELEC sa Quarantalk.
Halina't makipagtuhan dito sa Inside Comelec.
Thank you for joining us once again. Nandito po kami kasama yung mga partners ng COMELEC EID. So nakikita nyo, tatlo sila dito. But we will start, of course, later. So we'll ask all of them to introduce themselves and their organizations. So let's start with Marcel. Marcel, get away.
So good evening, everyone. I am Maisel Naomi Jean Negrido, the National Commissioner of Every Vote Counts for memberships. So Every Vote Counts is a non-profit, non-partisan youth organization that aims to reach, teach, and mobilize the youth into voting this 2022 elections. So now we have over 5,000 followers on our social media accounts, and we have over 100 members of our organization.
Thanks, Maisel pala, hindi pala Marcel. Sorry. Iba ata yung Marcel na kilala ko. So Maisel. And to my right, we have...
I'm Jethro Tanjusay. I'm the current Assistant Director and 2022 Elections Ad Hoc Coordinator ng Positive Impact Leadership. Ang Impact Leadership, it is an organization that is committed to raising the next generation of transformation leaders. And at the same time, it envisions a nation ng mga young leaders na who has an impact even in their own local community. So kami ngayon, nagsisimula kami ngayon sa mga publication materials sa Facebook, no? Kasi naniniwala kami na mas engage ang mga kabataan sa social media tulad ng mga sinabi ko kanina ng Facebook, ng Twitter, ng Instagram. So i-utilize namin as much as we can yung social media accounts namin para ma-engage nga yung youth. Lalo na ngayon, ang topic natin is about voter registration. We engage them na mag-register, no? Pero hindi lang hihinto sa registration. Isa rin sa mga plano namin ay yung voters education. At the same time, ini-ensure namin na hindi lang sa voters education at sa voters registration, sa voters turnout din, no? Kung boboto ba sila.
It looks like we have a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Bro. Oo. But let's not forget yung ating pinakakabataan dito. A good friend of mine. I've known him for quite a while now, and I'd like you to get to know him better. So, Jules?
Yes, thank you, Sir James. I'm Jules Guiang. Good evening po sa lahat ng viewers. So I'm from Tatak, Botante. I'm the founder of Tatak, Botante. We founded this voter education campaign way back in 2012 with the University Student Council in UP Diliman. And then eventually we evolved and collaborated with different youth organizations and councils all over the Philippines, and right now, even beyond the school setup. So this year, this election season will be our fourth one, and we're excited to work again with COMELEC, with other youth organizations. And our mantra since 2012 basically is to empower each voter to be matalino, matalas, and malayang botante, because we believe in the value and the importance of each vote. And basically, hindi lang dapat natatapos kada election day. Natin, it even goes beyond that, yung accountability na mismo. So yun yung mindset, Sir James, na gusto namin i-promote.
That's great. That's great. So good to meet all of you. But now let's focus on Maisel and your organization. Maisel, tell us a little bit more about how you guys started. Dami nyo 5,000 you said?
5,000 followers.
Followers,
and
right?
100 plus members.
Wow. So how that happened?
So it started on April 1, 2020, quarantine season. And it started with our founders, Miss Albies and Mr. Fernandez. So naging PM campaign siya, private message campaign, whereas they ask their youth friends if they are eligible to vote na, and if they will vote. And then if they won't vote, encourage them to be voters. And then after nun, they decided to innovate and become an organization with the help of community and student leaders. So now it is actually being implemented. We have the step one campaign in which we plan to reach, teach, and mobilize. So we will reach through our social media platforms, through the PM campaign. We will teach KEBs, No Elections Better, and we will teach voters education. Actually, we are in the process of making our own guidelines, and we are actually coordinating with COMELEC.
So the thing with Maisel's organization is that they're not all in one place. Diyan mo makikita yung power ng social media ngayon. Tell us about that. Nasaan yung mga founding members niyo? Nandito ba sila sa Manila with you?
No, they're not. We have over 100 members all over the Philippines. So our founder, Mr. Fernandez, is based in Tarlac, while our other founding members is based in the Bicol region. So right now, dito sa NCR, we have over 30 plus members, and yung iba kalat-kalat na siya, up to Mindanao.
Pero nagko-coordinate pa rin kayo?
Yes, we coordinate. We meet each other through social media, through our webinars, training and development trainings.
Kayo naman, what about impact leadership? Are you like nationwide also, or are you clustered somewhere?
Yes, nationwide kami. Nagsimula yan, I think yung sabi nga kanina, nag-predate yung impact leadership before pa ng pandemic. And meron kaming sinasagawa na per batch siya, fellowship program, Freedom Fellowship Program, in coordination with Friedrich Naumann Foundation. And kada batch, may mga namimit kami ng mga young leaders on Visayas and sa NCR. And may tanong kayo na about sa mga founders. No? Yung founders namin naka-located sa Metro Manila. And hindi lang kami nakatulong doon sa Metro Manila, mas nag-engage pa kami doon sa Luzon. May mga coordinators na kami ngayon sa Luzon, pero sa Visayas and Mindanao. Hindi pa tapos, actually marami pang dapat gawin kasi bilang lang, no, mas marami ata sa inyo, 100 members kayo. Kami, I think less than 100 ang members namin. So marami pang dapat gawin para may encourage nga. Kasi isa lang naman ang goal namin dito, which is to encourage the youth to vote talaga, not just to register.
Right. Kaya Jules, where were you formed? Tatak Botante. Where was Tatak Botante?
In UP Diliman in 2012. And then eventually we realized na definitely it shouldn't be UP-centric. So lumabas kami. Tapos nilabas na rin namin sa school setting kasi yun nga parang we realize the privilege of having an education at paano naman yung mawala. Yun din isang malaking sector na dapat natin mabigyan ng voter education, ma-realize sila kung ano yung deserve nila.
I noticed something about the name though, Tatak Botante. Is there a pun there somewhere that I'm missing? Tatak Botante? Nagtakbuhan ba kayo at one point?
There was an activity before.
Oh,
Ginawa namin
okay.
siyang fun run. Pero that wasn't the inspiration. Nagkaroon pa kami milk tea, Tatak Botante. Lahat ng mga ganun kasing puns ginawa namin. Pero more on the brand. Ano yung, na kumbaga, tatak botante ka na ba?
Okay.
Ano yung tatak ng isang botante?
Ano nga ba ang tatak ng isang botante?
When we're aiming na yun, alam mo kung sino yung mga yung karapat-dapat para sa bayan mo, alam mo yung credentials, yung track record nila, matalas ka, sharp ka magtanong, ibig sabihin, inuusisa mo, sinusuri mo yung mga kandidato, hindi lang dahil sikat, dahil pogi, dahil maganda, and malaya ka. Ibig sabihin, you have the ability to choose who you want to vote, hindi dahil sinabi ng magulang mo, o hindi dahil yun yung sinasabi ng surveys.
You agree?
I agree. And tama, Sir Jules, kasi ako rin, nung sinabi tatak Botante, akala ko rin tatakbo, no? Which is, pero maganda na tatakbo yung youth, no? Kasi mas naniniwala ko doon sa yung statement ni Dr. Cesar na ang kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan. I still believe that. Kasi tayo yung magmamana nitong mga, di ba tayo ngayon, nakita natin mga problems, no? From environmental problems, yung pollution, tapos may mga allegations, whatever. So, nakita natin yung problema na to, and tayo mismo, binibigyan tayo ng fire nitong mga problema na to, na para, alam mo yun, in our own little ways, makagawa tayo ng solusyon, no? And isa sa mga manifestasyon, o isa sa mga solusyon na gusto nating, alam mo yun, parang isa sa mga step natin na ginagawa, awak-bang na ginagawa natin, is yung pagboto, no? And sabi ko nga sa mga taong kinakausap ko about voting, about the right to vote, etc. Sinasabi ko na, kailangan mong bumoto, di ba? May two sides of the coin. So, other side of the coin, nagko-complain ka, ayaw sa mga policies ng mayor mo, ng vice mayor mo. So, sa next election, pag may tatakbo na opposite sa kanya, no, iboboto mo. And sa other side of the coin naman, may nakita mo na maganda yung performance ng mayor mo, sa local level lang muna, na maganda yung performance ng mayor, vice mayor mo. So, in the next election, susuportahan mo, no? So, and I believe, kabataan man o matanda, na kahit marami tayong pagkakaiba, mas marami yung pagkakatulad natin. And isa sa mga pagkakatulad natin ay gusto nating marinig tayo. Lahat tayo gusto nating marinig. And para marinig tayo, no, kailangan bumoto tayo. And ayun, yun yung pinaniniwala ng impact leadership.
Kayo, Mason, anong gusto nyo iparinig?
So, just like impact leadership, marami po tayo nakikitang problema, maraming nangyayari, especially during this COVID season, na hindi kaaya-aya para sa iba at kaaya-aya naman para sa iba.
Halimbawa.
So, for example,
Chika yan. Halimbawa, ano yung sa tingin mo, ang nakikita natin na hindi kanais-nais?
For example, sa COVID-19 response, there are two sides of the coin. Merong mga gusto na yung ginagawa ngayon, meron ding mga hindi. So, through that, nakikita natin yung division, no? Pero one thing unites us, which is voting. So, if we want a better Philippines, we should make a better Philippines. So, how can we make a better Philippines if we won't vote for the right leaders, for the wise leaders, for leaders who will fight for the country and not for their interests?
Aren't we already the best Philippines we can be?
I believe that we can better.
Okay.
We can still be better.
You can still be better.
Yes.
You?
Oh,
aren't we the best Philippines that we can be?
We are trying to be, sabi nga, we are trying to be, no? One step at a time. At kasi pag sinabing best kasi sa akin, sa personal view ko to ha, pag sinabing best na wala nang dapat akbang di ba? Best na ito na. So kung best na, ano pang ginagawa namin dito? Bakit ba kami nag-engage ng youth?
So ba?
Nag-engage kasi maraming problema ang youth na kailangan i-address na hindi on a national level. Tulad ng
Wait, problema ng youth specifically or problema ng bayan ba ang pinag-uusapan natin?
Problema ng bayan na nakaka-apekto rin sa youth, no?
For example,
sige, let's gusto kong gamitin yung example mo na sa proper handling of pandemic. So may issue ngayon about yung government response, and nakaka-apekto yun sa amin, lalo sa youth, kasi ngayon may online class pa kami, and ewan ko sa gusto nyo, pero I believe hindi conducive yung online learning, no? Maraming complaint, and sabi ko, mas marami tayong pagkakatulad. If you talk to people, if you talk to the youth now, yung opinion nila about online learning, they would really say na hindi conducive yung online learning, no?
Okay, it's fair to say na there are people who don't.
That's right.
So the question now is, what does voting have to do with that? Some people like online, some people like a certain solution, let's say.
That's right.
And some people don't.
That's right.
So the disagreement about certain solutions, and then let's just take as an example, the online learning. Disagreement, what does it have to do with a young person's right to vote? How do you make that connection?
Yun nga, need natin na umaksyon ngayon kasi ayun, tayo nang gumana ng mga problema ng bansa, no?
Ikaw, Jules, what do you think? Anong connection nung current situation doon sa right to vote? Ano yung connection?
Well, for one, as regards sa context of the pandemic, hindi naman nangyari lagi yung pandemic, di ba? Sabi nga nila, once in a century lang to. So, this is a test for the current implementers ng policies natin. Kung tama nga ba yung pag-implement nila. But then again, we cannot compare it to the past. That was 19.
Nothing to compare with.
Yes, nothing to compare with. So that question is, ano yung magiging recommendations or proposals ng makakandidatong bago? Ano yung bago nilang ambag? Doon natin makakompare. And yun yung doon magiging valid siguro yung concern ng bawat estudyante na ayoko kung para sa akin, hindi sa akin okay itong current setup, ano yung magiging proposal ng mga candidates? Doon natin pwede surihin yun.
Okay. So, guys, so far, let's start with Jules naman. Ano na yung activities ng Tatak Botante patungo doon sa 2022 elections? Because let's put everything in context. Parang kung nagkikwentuhan lang tayo, kwentuhan lang yan without proper context. So right now, the context is malapit na yung 2022 elections. We're actually expecting to see candidates emerge within the next 10 months or so. So within that context, ano na yung ginagawa ng Tatak Botante? And I'll ask everyone, but let's start with you. Ano na yung ginagawa ng Tatak Botante ngayon?
Right. For our fourth election season ng Tatak Botante, what we're planning to launch very soon this quarter is the Tatak Botante Fellowship Program. So basically, what we're planning to do is to create a community of voter education advocates and leaders na sila rin yung magkakaskade. There's a very cute networking scheme na gagawin namin. Kung alam niyo yung networking, di ba po natin, kung pag magbebenta ka kunwari ng mga products, di ba may networking system, why not, ikaw bilang isang botante, maka-recruit ka ng dalawa ng mga, tapos yung mga mag-register na yun, magre-recruit din sila. So it's like a whole
MLM.
Yes, something like that. Pero alam mo, parang may quota kayo bawat isa.
Okay.
Ilan na pa-register mo. Minsan kasi sa social media ngayon, sobrang laking bagay ng mga likes, mga follows, mga numbers na yun. But hindi natin ipagyabang kung ilan yung naparecruit mo. Naparegister mo to po. Something to that mindset na.
Great. Ang impact leadership. Ano yung mga plans nyo specifically for 2022?
Actually, same kami ng idea na our fellowship program. Simula na kami before pa ng pandemic ng ang fellowship program namin. Batch 5 na kami ngayon. And the next batch, naghahanap pa kami ng mga applicants for our fellowship program in cooperation, of course, with the Philip Newman Foundation. Ngayon,
saan nang gagaling yung mga potential fellows nyo? I mean, when you say you're looking for the next batch, saan nyo sila hinahanap? For them in schools? Meron ba kayong open call for volunteers? Parang ganyan?
Yeah, open call sa social media, sa Facebook,
okay,
sa Twitter.
Okay.
So, ina-advertise namin na magkakaroon ng fellowship program. And ayun, last batch, parang nasa 10, kahit konti nun, in-expect namin na sa next batches, mas dadami pa yan.
So anong balak niyo for 2022? What do you intend to do?
Ayun, nagsimula kami, nag-meeting na kami this January. Meron kaming voters registration, paggawa ng mga publication materials about voters registration. Meron din di lang kasi registration, no? Nag-proceed pa kami doon sa education. So gagawa kami ng module. Plano namin gumawa ng module about voters education, no? Naalala ko may na pag-aralan namin, si Socrates, he hated parang democracy kasi tilaikin niya to doon sa barko na kung ang mamahala ay yung mga tao mismo na mga walang kaalaman doon sa pag-galayan. So sino pipili mo, yung mga walang experience o yung meron? So parang in a sense, ang ibig sabihin noon na kailangan karapatan nating bumoto. Pero dapat alam mo kung sino yung bumoto mo, kung ano yung paano bumoto, no? Yung sa plataforma nila, kung naka-align ba doon sa pinaniniwalaan mo, for women's rights ba, para sa mga mahirap, mga ganung bagay. Kaya, ayun, voters education, tapos yun, gumagawa na kami ng plano ngayon kung paano ma-ensure na boboto sila. Hindi lang magtatapos sa registration, tatapos sa education, doon din sa voters turnout. No? Ang plano namin ngayon parang sa list, di ba? May mga list kami na-encourage namin and to ensure them na nakaboto sila.
Kayo, Mason, anong plans niyo for 2022?
So currently on every bot accounts, we are having 3 batches of recruitment para mas dumami pa yung manpower namin for preparation dun sa Step 1 campaign. So what is Step 1 campaign? Yun nga yung sinasabi ko kanina, to reach, teach, and mobilize. So we will reach people through our DM campaign, social media platforms. We will teach them KEBS, No Elections Better, voters registration. So we actually had, I think, 2 voters registration seminars na. So we are planning to have 1 every quarter of this year. So meron din kaming mobilize. So yung mga tao na recruit namin, sila din mismo yung magre-recruit ng iba pang tao na magpaboto. Tulad nga ng sabi ni Sir Jules, we have similar paths para sa election. So through Step 1 campaign, we will ensure na yung mga kabataan, hindi lang siya boboto lang. Yun nga din tulad ng sabi ni Jethro, it won't stop there. So after the elections, we will again educate more people, we will utilize more people para sa mga susunod na eleksyon. Hindi tayo magsa-stop sa okay na to. Kundi, tulad nga ng sabi niyo kanina, aren't we the best yet? We still believe that we can improve. We can still be better.
Okay, so we're running out of time. Ang bilis ng oras pag naging kwentuhan, no? Pero gusto ko kayo ngayon bigyan taon. Ang Radyo Comelec, it has a small but a growing audience. And ang maganda dito, we're able to reach out to the youth where they are, no? Sa Facebook, sa social media, even on Twitter. So now, chance for us to talk to them directly. So let's pretend, Jethro, Maisel, and Jules, that you're talking to them right now. Okay. Tell us about your organization, why it's the right organization for the job ahead of you, and why people should care enough to vote. Bakit nila kailangan bumoto? So, let's start with Jethro.
I'm speaking to you, the youth, ang mga kabataan na nanonood ngayon. Kailangan bumoto. Unang-una dahil karapatan mo yan. We need to exercise our right to vote. Pangalawa, lagi tayo nagko-complain sa Twitter about problems in our government. Hindi yan ma-apply, hindi yan magkakaroon ng bunga ng magandang resulta kung hindi tayo boboto. We need to vote para marinig tayo. Kung ano natin, para marinig tayo kung sino yung mga leader na dapat natin iboto. Kailangan natin bumoto dahil kailangan natin. Kung gusto natin umunlad ang karoon ng pagbabago, please, bumoto kayo. Register, educate yourself, research about the leaders na iboto ninyo sa mga plataforma nila. Kung kayo ay for women's rights and yung kandidato na hinahanap nyo ay for women's rights at may tumakbong senador na for women's rights, iboto ninyo. naka-align sa plataforma nila ang paniniwala nila. Kaya ngayon, I'm speaking to you directly. If you want to have a genuine change, if you want to see change talaga, transformational change, we need to vote. Register, educate yourself, research, and bumoto.
Thank you, Jethro. Feel na feel ko yung power niya. And Mason?
So ngayong March 2021, samahan niyo po kami ang Every Boto Counts sa pagbabalik ng recruitment season namin. So it's batch 3 now. So help us recruit people, be one of us. At i-educate po natin, i-reach, teach, and motivate natin ang bawat Filipino youth sa buong bansa. And this coming April, we will be launching our which we will reach out to you not only through social media, but we will aim to reach to your doors. So kung hindi ka pa nagparehistro, magparehistro ka na. If you want a better Philippines, then make and produce a better Philippines, and that is by voting. So voting is not only our right, it is our power. It is our power as citizens to be heard. So kung hindi ka pa bumoboto, napakaraming time dyan. Kung sasabihin mong busy ka, there are people who are busier, much more busier, and yet they're here with me, talking to you, encouraging you to vote. So kung hindi ka pa nagparehistro, magparehistro ka na at sabay-sabay tayong bumoto sa 2022.
Yeah. Time and time again, panawagan natin lagi na magkaroon ng good governance sa ating pamahalaan. Isa sa mga salik ay yung tungkulin natin na bumoto. Binibigyan tayo ng pagkakataon ng ating sistema na irehistro kung sino ba yung karapat-dapat na iboto natin, ihalal natin kung sino yung mamamahala sa atin. Tandaan natin ang kasaysayan, itong recent history natin. Bumoto tayo para matigil na ang mga pagpatay. Bumoto tayo para itigil na ang pagtitil o ang mga threats para sa press freedom. Bumoto tayo para sa mas magandang kinabukasan na hindi ka matatakot lumabas ng iyong bahay dahil alam mong safe naman ang lahat ng mga namumuno sa'yo. Gawin natin issue-based. Huwag tayo maging personality-based sa pagboto natin. Gamitin natin galit natin ngayon sa mas productive na paraan at yan yung pagboto at paghikayat pa sa iba't ibang mga kababayan natin na magparehistro dahil less than a year na lang po. Matatapos na po ang pag-register para sa 2022 election. So huwag po natin sayangin ang pagkakataon na to. Salamat.
Thank you. Okay, so that's it for us tonight. Thank you very much to our guests, Maisel, Jethro, and Jules. They're very inspiring examples of Filipino youth today, and sana may napulot tayo sa kanila, no? Mga insights, mga pananaw, at a way of addressing the issue of the coming elections. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight on Inside Collect, and narinig ninyo yung kabataan. Sila naman.
Radyo Comelec sa Quarantalk.
Today, marami tayong questions.
Kailangan po ba talagang galing PSA? Nag-submit po ako ng annex form 2. Kailangan po ba po mag-file ulit ngayon?
Ay, nakapagbanggit. I am really hoping that you will start opening Sana All, Sana Mall.
Sana All. Katanungang dapat sagutin. #AskComelec na.
Good evening, Sir James.
Ay, good evening, Sean.
At tapang ng mga kabataan, sir. I'm so touched. Kumbaga parang yung talas ng kanilang pananalita, sir, is way different during our time. Sa sinasabi ko, sir, na hindi na ako youth, pero iba sila. Anyway, sir, marami tayong katanungan yan sa ating inbox and from our live. Medyo, ayan, madami-dami, sir. So, I think ready na siyang i-flash ngayon. Mostly, sir, questions on the recent pronouncement ng ating mga commissioners. So the first one is from Ronald Joseph Mateo. January 2022 pa po, matatapos ang kontrata ko dito sa Italy. Pwede po ba akong magpa-reactivate ng voter status dito sa Embahada, pero sa Pilipinas po ako boboto? Sa Paway o Ilocos Norte po ako nakarehistro. From Ronald Joseph Mateo po.
Alam mo, Sean, Ronald, no? This is a very good question, and actually pinaghahandaan na ng COMELEC ito ngayon. Pinakamaganda niyan, tumawag siya or makipag-ugnayan siya direkta sa ating Office for Overseas Voting para matulungan siya. Dahil special case itong mga ganito eh. Yung mga nasa overseas sila ngayon, pero gusto nilang bumoto sa Pilipinas, alam nilang makakauwi sila in time for the elections, kaya lang hindi pa ngayon. No? So please send a message to the Office for Overseas Voting. Makikita niyo yung Facebook address dyan. At sabihin niyo kung anong gusto niyo mangyari, no? Para mabigyan nila kayo ng advice. Again, hindi ko kayo masasagot dito dahil it's a different case for everyone. So, Ronald, please get in touch with our Office for Overseas Voting.
So yun po, visit po tayo sa overseas voting page po ng OFO. Okay, next question po natin ay about, umikot pa siya. So, this is from Sir Jason, parang artista yata to, sir, parang singer, Jason Fernandez. I am an instructor for NSTP. One of our modules is about elections and its importance for every Filipino. Will COMELEC or Radyo COMELEC host a series of voter education seminars for college students?
Definitely. Pinaghahandaan na namin ngayon yan. Hopefully makapag-launch tayo before the middle of February. Ang balak natin, yung ating tinatawag na No Elections Better Seminar ay dadali natin online para mas maraming makapanood. In the meantime, manood muna kayo ng Radyo COMELEC dahil marami tayong pinag-uusapan dito tungkol sa voter education topics. So Jason, asahan ka namin. We hope to see you pag nag-online na yung aming No Elections Better Seminar.
At nakakaramdam ako, sir, na mas marami tayong questions from the youth later on. Ayan, sir.
Sige,
so next question po natin. Then next is, pwede po bang magkaroon ng service vehicle ng COMELEC in cooperation sa mga barangays para makapagparehistro? Maganda yata to, sir. Hirap po kasi ng sasakyan ngayon sa pag-commute dito sa probinsya.
Alam mo, Delilah, ginawa na namin dati yan, particularly para dun sa mga displaced individuals na affected ng Marawi siege. Nagkaroon ng pagkakataon na ginawa natin yan. Hindi ko lang alam kung magagawa ulit yan para sa 2022 registration, 2020 registration, dahil syempre, yung Marawi siege, isang lugar lang yon, di ba? I mean, dun lang sila. Whereas pag sinabi nating registration ngayon, nationwide yan eh. Pag ginawa mo yan para sa isang lugar, kailangan gawin mo yan para sa lahat dahil pare-pareho naman tayong may COVID pandemic, may iniinda na mga distansya from the population. So medyo mahirap 'yan. But yeah, that's a very good idea, and siguro in the future kung merong mga talagang special cases, again katulad nung nangyari sa Marawi, then the COMELEC will consider that. Again, maybe in the future.
Okay. So actually, meron pong message si Dean ng I Uplift Philippines. Sabi po niya, meron po kaming ilo-launch on ground, a door-to-door campaign starting February 1 daw po, sir. Meron daw po silang mga service vehicles sa lugar ng Bicol, Palawan at Rizal. So hindi lang po natin, sir, alam kung anong specific na lugar sa Bicol, Palawan at Rizal. We will send information daw later. A help daw po sa ating voter registration 2021 campaign.
Well, I hope Dean is still watching because number one, congratulations, that's a good initiative. Pero number two, just a word of warning lang, no? Number one, be very careful, no? Make sure na kilala niyo yung isasakay ninyo. You don't want to get in any sort of trouble because of that, no? Number two, please make sure that your organization is free from any partisan color. I mean, one of the problems kasi is kapag meron naghahatid sundo ng mga tao, maaring tawaging hakot kasi yan eh. No? And while that may not technically be an election offense dahil registration pa lang naman, you don't want your movement to be colored by any sort of partisan complications. So please be very careful when you do this. Again, safety first, but also try to avoid any color of partisanship. Okay? Make sure na walang kumakabit sa inyong kampanya na kahit sinong politika, or yung walang politika ngayon pero later on may politika pala. Okay? So please be very careful and vet your partners very carefully. Paalala lang, no? I mean, I know you're doing this of your own initiative and dapat kayong palakpakan for that, but again, when we do it, we want to do it right. So, good luck.
Kumbaga, sir, it's a friendly reminder from your Comelec family. Okay, ganun. Okay, next question po is, actually, medyo may konting pasasalamat to, sir. Maraming salamat po sa priority lane para sa mga frontliners. Nakapagparehisto na po kuya ko sa Cavite. Okay, thank you very much and congratulations, kuya, ni Angel Roxanne Bernabe. Sana po magkaroon rin po ng satellite registration sa malls. Mas convenient po yun para sa nakararami. Salamat.
Actually,
Angel Roxanne.
Napag-usapan na natin to and yes, we know that there have been satellite registrations. Nagkaroon na in the recent past and we hope na sana madagdagan pa, no? Ang problema lang talaga pag medyo major urban center, medyo hirap tayo mag-secure ng mga satellite registration sites kasi una, kailangan ang area na pagdadausan ng satellite registration ay merong 0 cases of COVID in the last 14 days, no? 14 days from the time na nagkaroon ng satellite registration. So, medyo mataas yung standard na yon. But other than that, kailangan yung facilities mismo ay health compliant. So, again, medyo komplikado. But we are working towards it and hopefully, by the end of the first quarter, marami na tayong nakikitang satellite registrations.
Yun. So kindly wait for further announcements po from Comelec. Lahat po ng SOCMED ng Comelec, makikita po ang announcement for satellite registration. And the next one po is from Miss Angie Tuason. Sir, si Miss Angie Tuason is the mother of Joanne, yung pong na-interview ni na Andre sa Quezon City. Thank you, Comelec, for making it easy to register as a voter, most especially for PWD and new registrants.
Wow.
Sir.
Kilala ko yun si Ma'am Angie personally kasi I'm a UST alumnus, no? So, nag-meet na kami ni Ma'am Angie before through the Alumni Association of UST. So, Ma'am Angie, thank you very much and I'm glad na tulungan kayo and I'm glad na nadalian kayo sa proseso.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Ma'am Angie, for the commendation. At inaanyayahan po natin ang lahat po ng ating mga kapatid na PWD at yung mga hindi pa po nakakapagparehiso. Madali lang po, hindi nyo kailangan maghintay ng marahaba. Okay, next question po natin, sir, is from Marisa Dino Belando Hernandez. Ito po ay galing po sa ating live, FB live question comment. Gandang gabi po, tanong lang po, pwede po bang gamitin ang baptismal certificate para makapagparehistro sa Comelec? Salamat po.
Ma'am Marisa, medyo malabo po yan, ano? Dahil ang ating baptismal certificate ay basically wala namang yung information vina-validate. Kung date of birth ang kailangan i-validate, ang pinakamagandang dokumento ay birth certificate. Kung address naman ang pinag-uusapan, well, wala namang address ang baptismal certificate, no? Or kung may address man, yan yung address mo nung baby ka pa, nung ka. So hindi na ngayon. So yung baptismal certificate medyo hindi po yan ino-honor as a valid identification document. So again, if it's age ang pinag-uusapan, then definitely yung birth certificate will be very useful. Pero kung address ang gagamitin for registration purposes specifically, hindi po natin ino-honor ang baptismal certificate. Ganun din po ang barangay certificate. No? Hindi rin natin ino-honor yan because hindi rin yan nagiging basihan ng validation ng address ng tao. Sensya na po.
Idagdag rin po natin, sir, ang sedula. Hindi na rin po natin tinatanggap ang sedula.
Kasi kahit saan, pwede kang kumuha ng sedula ngayon.
Opo, tama po. Okay, from San naman, sir, sa Comelec Taguig, may bayad na 75 pesos ang voter certificate, pero bakit nag-i-issue ng OR? Dito ko na po ipopost kasi wala daw pong sumasagot sa kanya. So from FB Live din natin to, sir.
Ang alam ko, kailangan mag-issue ng OR, no? Kung hindi ka na-issuehan ng OR, makipag-ugnayan ka po sa aming tanggapan. You can call us at 525-9294 or dahil bago na telephone number sa atin ngayon, it's 8-525-9294. And then let's straighten this out. Alam ko, again, ang policy natin is kapag nagbabayad sa COMELEC, kailangan may ini-issue na official receipt. So kung nangyari sa'yo to, then something must have gone wrong. Tawagan po kami and we'll figure it out.
Yun. And another thing, sir, talaga pong may bayad ang ating voter certification na 75 pesos.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Clear natin yun. Okay, next question po natin. Meron pa ba? Yun. Sir, question po to galing sa live pero hindi ko na po nagawan ng card. Is it possible po to conduct satellite registration sa mga schools ngayon to reach more eligible youth voters? Though online class naman po ngayon, and if possible, yung mga eligible voters lang po ang pupunta. Diba, sir, papa-announce, ganon?
Well, mahirap talaga kasi yung yung satellite registration, lalo na, again, as I said earlier, yung criteria natin kailangan in the area, 0 cases of COVID. And especially around schools, medyo delikado yan, no? So sa ngayon, hindi po muna siguro. If at all, we're probably gonna do it much later in the year pag medyo settled na yung problema natin sa COVID. But for now, medyo hindi natin maaasahan yan. But I do urge you to take advantage of irehistro.comelec.gov.ph dahil syempre marami nang pwedeng gawin online ngayon, and part of the registration process is really now online. So yun na nga, https://irehistro.comelec.gov.ph. Huwag kayong umasa doon sa www na nami-misdirect. So gamitin yung https, no? irehistro.comelec.gov.ph.
Opo. At sir, meron po tayong na-miss ngayong gabi. Wala po siya sa Inside Comelec. Ang ating nami-miss ko, sir, kasi naalala ko, kailangan ko palang i-shoutout Director Frances Arabe. Happy birthday po. Ngayon niyo po yung birthday. Kaya sir, ma'am, happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday. And birthday din po ni Gia, yung bunso po ni Director Frances. And sir, another shout out kay Princess Albis na dapat po ay kasama natin tonight. Pero active po. Sir, active po siyang sumasagot sa ating FB live questions. And we would like to thank also the representatives of Impact Leadership kay Jethro and Maisel Naomi ng Every Boto Counts. And syempre, sir, ang ating partner sa Radyo Comelec, Jules Guiang, na siya ring co-creator ng Warren Talk Media. Again, sir, maraming salamat po. Yes, sir. Thank you very much po, sir, for being here with us tonight. Sa sobrang pagkamis namin sa'yo mula Inside Comelec hanggang dulo, kasama ka namin tonight. Okay. Maraming salamat po.
One more thing, Sean, before we go. Sa lahat ng nanonood, follow me on TikTok. Naman, I am Jab Jimenez on TikTok. And we're hoping na we can reach out to the public, to the youth especially, on this platform also. So again, TikTokers.
Dami nyo ng followers mo, sinalo kita. Dami nyo ng followers. Saan dami nyo yung heart dun sa
It's I am Jab Jimenez on TikTok. So usap tayo.
For further voter education, voter registration information, follow Sir James. Dito pala. Ano ba? Ganon. Sir James on TikTok, I am Jab Jimenez. Hindi ko mahanap sa rep. Okay, sir. Maraming salamat po. Good evening. At sa lahat po ng ating mga naging guests tonight, maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikibahagi ng inyong kaisipan. Sabi nga po nila, at kahit gasgas na, sabi nga ni Dr. Jose Rizal, ang kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan, kung gasgas na yan sa inyo, lalo nating gasgasin ngayong gabi at sa mga susunod na araw. Again, this is Sean from Education and Information Department with Uncle James lang ang malakas na nasa TikTok as I am Jab Jimenez. Follow and know more about voter registration 2021. Again, magandang gabi po mga karadyo hanggang sa susunod na Sabado. Magandang gabi.